Why you're failing your assisted living surveys? You're not spending enough time on compliance, period. I see the same issues over and over again in different buildings that I visit. Now let me show you exactly what's going wrong. Admitting the wrong resident. Everything goes wrong from day one. I see it all of the time. Facilities accepting residents without fully understanding their needs. Care requirements that don't match with the facility's license or staff to provide. Not because anyone is trying to do anything wrong, but because no one slowed down, reviewed it properly, and made sure the resident was appropriate. And once that resident is in the building, everything becomes reactive. Staff gets overwhelmed, care doesn't match, issues start stacking up one after another, and that's when surveyors look at it. When was the resident admitted, and were they appropriate from the beginning? And that's where the deficiencies start. If the resident is not appropriate and you accepted them into your facility, it's going to cause you problems. Missing staff trainings. That's leadership. I see it every week. CPR cards expired, no in-services, no tracking system. Your staff didn't take the trainings because management didn't assign it, didn't track it, and didn't follow up. And the surveyors, again, they don't care why, they just cite it. So it's not your staff's fault, that's a management issue. Not completing adverse incident report. Listen, that's a $500 fine per violation. This is management's responsibility. I see it all of the time. Incidents happen, but the report never gets done. Sometimes it's just plain out forgotten. Sometimes management doesn't fully understand what needs to be reported, but surveyors don't care why. No report, that's a deficiency, and that's also a $500 fine. Expired TB tests, that's bad management. This is a basic yearly requirement, and I still see it missed all of the time. Not because staff refused, but because no one tracked it, no one followed up, and no one made sure that it got done. And again, surveyors don't care why. They're checking dates, they're checking the files, no TB tests that's been updated on time, and it's expired. That's another deficiency. Medications not given on time. That's a serious deficiency. And again, I see this all of the time. Meds scheduled for 8 a.m., but it's being given at 9:30 a.m. You have a window, 1 hour before and 1 hour after. Anything outside that window, guess what? It's a deficiency. Again, this isn't a staffing issue. It's a system issue. And when surveyors observe your med pass, they're watching the time frames. And again, if it's out of that time frame, you're going to get a deficiency. Background roster not updated. That's a $500 fine per violation. This is basic. Again, staff no longer there, still on the background roster, new hires not added to the background roster. Listen, not because it's complicated, but because no one is responsible for updating it and no one is checking it. And when the surveyor logs in or asks you for a copy of your background roster, and they're comparing it to your staff schedule and your staff on site, and it doesn't match up, guess what? That's when the fines start. Again, for each instance, $500 fines. MedTech hands the medication to the resident, compliant. Puts it in their mouth, violation. I see this also all of the time. MedTech's trying to help, but that's not assistance. That's administration of medications. And the moment that medication goes directly into the resident's mouth, the staff have crossed the line. And when surveyors are watching the med pass, that's an easy deficiency. Again, if that person is not a nurse, they cannot place it directly in the resident's mouth. 1823s not completely filled out, or filled out in a way that makes the resident inappropriate for the facility. That's a deficiency. I review 1823s every week, and I see the same issues over and over again. Missing information, sections left blank, or services or needs checked off that don't match what the facility is allowed to provide under their license. Listen, not because staff are doing it wrong, but because there's no system in place to review it, no system to update it, and no system to make sure it's correct. And when surveyors look at 1823s, and they do that every time they're going to come to your facility, and they're determining if that resident is appropriate for your facility, and also if it's incomplete or shows care you shouldn't be providing, they're going to cite you for that. That's going to be a deficiency. If you're not walking your building, you are blind. I see this all the time. Administrators in the office all day long, every day, while things are happening in the building that they never see. It might be something simple as maybe dirty AC vents. Maybe there's some miscare going on. Med pass issues, documentation gaps. Not because staff are trying to do anything wrong, but because no one is physically present to see it, correct it, and follow up, or bring it to the attention of your facility manager so they can address the staff. Your eyes are the number one eyes in your facility. They're very important. So listen, so when surveyors walk in, they're going to walk your building because they're going to do exactly what you're not doing. And listen, when they walk that building, they're going to find those deficiencies that you weren't aware of. If elopement drills aren't being conducted, that's on the administrator. This is a requirement. All staff are required to participate in 2 elopement drills per year. I walk into buildings all of the time. No drills, no documentation, nothing to show it was ever done. It's not the staff's responsibility. No one scheduled it, no one ran it, and no one documented it. And when the surveyor asks for it, they're looking for proof. And if it's not there, then it didn't happen, and it's a deficiency. If you're seeing even one of these in your building, you're not ready for survey. And the truth is, none of this is complicated. It's not the staff, it's not the surveyor's fault, it's the systems that you don't have in place, or the systems are failing that you do have in place. And if you don't fix the systems, you're going to keep getting the same results. Listen, if you want help fixing it, you can always reach out. I'll be more than glad to guide you.